Alright boys, we're here for quarterfinals of PBA. We've had a hell of a fucking season. I'm very nervous for this game, but at the same time, I got nothing to prove. I almost went flawless this season until we went a little bit silly in the back end of it. No Cinderace. There is a Lugia over the Cinderace, but pretty much everything else I was expecting. We are going to lead off with our Brambleghast, as our dedicated lead. Before we get into this game, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that has helped me this season, but none other than Luxanse, who has helped me the most. They have continued to build for me, help me with mocks. He pretty much just drafted this entire fucking team, so the reason that this season has gone so well is because I have an incredibly talented friend at Mons. They're not really making content at the moment, but if you're interested in their past endeavours, their link will be in the description down below. They're a great person, so check them out. If you can tell, I'm shitting myself at this game. No Cinderace is really nice. It means that Weezing probably has Defog. Bundle, Swamp, Weezing, Scizor, and lastly we have Lugia. So good luck, have fun to Eli, somebody who I've never actually played before, but I've heard wonderful things about, so make sure to check him out in the description. He's done some fire content for PPL channel in the past. Now, he has led with Bundle. I told myself this matchup that Scarf is just outright silly. Scarf Bundle doesn't make any sense. It's silly. He already outspeeds everything naturally, so I'm not going to overthink. I'm just going to turn one, click Poltergeist. If he stays in, he should flip turn, in my opinion. I guess Freeze Dry is kind of free, but I do have a whole ass Dudunsparce. I'm not going to overthink. I'm just going to click Power Whip. I'm taking my hands off the controller. I'm not going to say Eli, if he brought Choice Scarf Bundle, I might cry. So let's see, is this a dead bundle turn one? I think we're going to find out together, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I should have clicked Power Whip. But they didn't hard out, so I am a bit scared. Choice Specs. And it's not quite going to pick up the KO, but he's going to U-turn out, so that's fine. So he is Timid Specs, which is exactly what we were expecting. Now, I could have just clicked Power Whip there, turn one, and killed the biggest threat on his team, but I honestly didn't expect him to stay in. He goes straight out into the Scizor, which is to be expected. I'm just writing some things down here. Now, I do kind of want to pivot through my Tornadus. This is why I have eject button on it. I do think Bullet Punch is coming our way. I could also make the aggressive play and go hard out into my Raging Bolt or my Urshifu. But I think overall Torn is the safest bet. So we're going to go into it. If they U-turn, it means they will stay in and we'll get to pivot out into something. But let's see. Are you banded? Gonna go for the dual wing beat. Shiest. That is banded as fuck. And now we get to go into Raging Bolt. So we've taken a lot of damage on our Taunt, but it's fine. We can regen on the Swampert later. And let's go into Raging Bolt. I am going to count that. That does look like banded damage to me, to be honest. That did so much. So I just want to confirm. I didn't pay attention to what values I was down to be honest. Yeah, that looks like Adamant Band to me. I'm not going to Terra, I'm going to click Calm Mind and see what comes in here. So they're going to withdraw. I need to write down that this is banded. Into the pert. And now it's time for Raging Bolt to click a button. We are Power Herb Solar Beam, and I'm actually not going to Terastallize. Now the reason for this is because the second that I Terastallize into the Fairy type, Scizor just gets to come in and click Bullet Punch. So, I think we just accept the fact that if he's Rindo, that's just a great bring. Earthquake is going to be doing less to me than a banded Bullet Punch after I Terra. So we're going to click the button. If he scalps for it, fair play. Do we see the Rindo Berry? Do we see the Rindo Berry? Let's see. No Rindo? That's a dead Swampert, baby. Come on. Let's fucking go. Alright, Electric Resist gone. Nice. No rocks, Torn has free reign to switch in and do whatever it wants. Raging Bolt, gonna pick up first blood of this game. I'm shaking, dude, I'm so nervous. So he's gonna go into the Iron Hands. Now this does force my Terra. I could also elect to save this and Calm Mind later. I like to get up some spikes, bundles and boots. Do I want to save this? Because this is fantastic for Swampert. It resists Bullet Punch. It reliably kills Weezing. Now that Poltergeist Now that guy is dead, it becomes a little expendable, though it does check bundle. I'm just gonna Calm Mind once, I think. And then maybe I Tera and go for Tera Blast. Because he could go for Iron Head here, predicting the Tera. So I'm gonna Calm Mind once. He could also Supercell Slam into me. That is what's been happening in Mox. Ice Punch would be a middle ground. They do Ice Punch, good play, fair enough. It's not going to do half because we are pretty much Fizz Death. Do I want to kill this Mon and Tera, making me weaker to Sizzle? Potentially. Once he locks himself into Bullet Punch, that is our opportunity to go out into Urshifu and click Surgeon Strikes, because there's nothing that wants to switch into it, to be honest. We are pads, so if he's Rocky Helmet Wheezing, we don't need to worry about it. So I am going to elect to get damage on this Mon. At the cost of our Raging Bolt. I don't know if that's the right sequence, but it's the sequence we're gonna go for. I don't think I've ever been so analytical in my commentary before. I might just be talking shit. To be honest, it's just the nerves, and I don't want to be letting my homies down, you know? So we are gonna Tera. Okay. Are you Assault Burst? No, that's a dead Iron Hands. You love to see it. That was a crit. Eli, I am so sorry. Iron Hands is going to go down, and that is another kill for Raging Bolt. Now, we are still in a very losable position. If we run out of sacks, Scizor is going to very quickly become a problem. Speaking of the motherfucker, here he is. Do I switch out and save this? No. Do I go out into Urshifu on a Bullet Punch? No. He has shown the dual Wing Beat. I've claimed 2 kills with this Mon. It's what it was here to do. Does that make Wheezing a little bit more difficult to deal with? Yes, but we've got Dudunsparce to click Boom Burst on it in the back. We've got our Torn still. I'm going to click Thunderbolt in case he wants to overpredict. He doesn't. He picks up the KO. Okay, so Raging Bolt's going to go down. So it is kind of what I feared. It's going to be a sack race this game, and Sizzle was always going to be a problem. Now, we're going to go into Urshifu here, and we're going to pull the double into Dudunsparce. We could also double into Tornadus, but staying in here and clicking Surging Strikes, I think is going to lose me momentum. I am going to calc Fizz Death, Urshifu versus fully Fizz Death Wheezing, because if 2 Surging Strikes kills, I will just stay in and click it. It does 44 to 52%, so it is a roll to 2-hit KO. I do have switches into Wheezing. Do I stay in and get my damage? I think I just Surging, or do I just go to, I call the play and click Boom Burst? The thing is, if I click Boom Burst, he can go out into this, which I then don't switch into, so I think I stay in and get my damage, in case for some reason he stays in here, which in my opinion he shouldn't do. So he does come out, we are going to see the Weavers in here, probably. Oh, you burb, that's a Lugia. Okay, that's fine. Big crit, guys. Huge crit. Unfortunately, I did check this game to see whether or not Aeroblast was going to be blocked by Windrider. It wasn't. Fun fact. Do I make the aggressive play and just go straight out into my Chien-Pao? I think we're going to do it, to be honest. The reason being is that I can take a hit on the Chien-Pao. I don't particularly switch into Torn with the amount of health that it's at. And the thing is, if it's Calm Mind, it's already going to be at +1. Is my thinking. I'm just gonna calc how much Lugia does to me with an Aeroblast. If he's modest Trospex, Aeroblast does not kill me from full. So we're just gonna make the aggressive double into Chien-Pao. I honestly think it's one of the more expendable members of our team this week, crazily enough. Because of that Sizzle. As he's gonna opt to go for the Aeroblast. And he's not invested. Good to know. Icicle Crash is now free, because if he wants to go into Bundle, I can Sucker Punch it and it'll die. I could also click Ruination and get Wheezing down to half. It brings Sizzle down to half as well, which means it doesn't switch into a Throat Chop later on. Yeah, I'm just going to Ruinate here. I don't think this will stay in. He needs this for the Urshifu. He's got a full HP Reason, he should swap out here. So I'm just going to click it. Nice. So we do see the withdraw. That's the Wheezing. Okay, so we're slowly but surely working ourselves into a endgame with Urshifu. I'm going to be really annoyed at myself for taking Yachi Berry off. but I don't think he should ever be able to click freeze dry. He's lefties, okay. Throat chop isn't gonna kill from here, but this was the chip that I needed. We can pivot through Torn maybe. We can also go into U. We could also go hard out into U and click Boom Burst, or maybe set up our rocks and then endure on the Scizor, but I don't think I would outspeed the Scizor. We can endure on the Scizor, scout for what he locks himself into, and then pivot to Urshifu on the Bullet Punch, is my thinking. If I lose health on this, do I lose the bundle? Yeah, kinda. Could go to U, but Sludge Bomb looking awfully spooky scary. I think we go Torn here. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm playing my pieces wrong. I'm in a good position, but I feel like I can definitely choke, you know? Okay, he does Strange Steam, and that's not going to do too much. No confusion, which is lovely. Now, do I go for Bleak Wind Storm? Is it free? Yes, there's no Iron Hands. Scizor could come in, but that's going to be taken a nice, probably 60% maybe. So I'm just going to go for it. And the more we weaken stuff, the better Urshifu looks on the end game. If he wants to go to Lugia here and give me health on his Lugia, then that's going to be ideal for me. I do really want to get my rocks up, just so I can weaken this thing. He's not Rocky Helmet on it, so maybe actually was the play, so... Dang it. Cracking open a cold one with the boys. And he is going to go for Sludge Bomb and take us out. That's okay. Now, if I go to Urshifu, we can click a button. What does that bring in? Urshifu will bring in the Lugia, which I can then go to... I don't know, maybe we go to this guy and click Poltergeist, because I don't see a resist to it. So let's do it. Let's go to this guy and click Poltergeist. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Don't miss. Nice. God, that always makes me so anxious. Brambleghast picking up a KO there. Nice. Now, he can't go to bundle. I mean, he could. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. Shout out to Brambleghast getting a kill, guys. Can we get a thumbs up in the chat? And in comes the Scizor. Ah, yes. If I lose this, do I lose the bundle? Low-key, yes. Chien-Pao, do I need you? Probably. Lugia's looking like I need to... Ah, dear. What pieces do I need? I need this for bundle, but also this is full health that I can live a hit from bundle. This also kind of deals with the Lugia. Do I sack this? Oh god, what do I sack? Oh god. Oh god. See, this is the thing. Brambleghast can always come in and revenge bundle. It can't come in and revenge the guy. This loses to Scizor anyway. Fuck it. I think this is most expendable. As long as we keep bundle, as long as we keep Poltergeist alive, we shouldn't ever lose the bundle. He should go for Bullet Punch here. He U-turns. We get a rattled boost off this, so that's nice. That's really nice, actually. Okay, so we are at +1 speed. I don't think we outspeed a Lugia, and we're not in cussed up range. Now, the question is, do I want to endure in what's in front of me, or do I want to risk a potential sub? He's not sub on bundle. I just need to fucking figure out what this Lugia set is. He's taken his time to think about this play, though. It's gonna be the Bunda. Now, I'm gonna click Endure, and if he misses a Hydro Pump, then that's unfortunate. You should. I don't think you should U-turn. That would give me another rattled boost. I'm just gonna endure and go for Boom Burst next turn. They're gonna freeze dry. Please, for the love of God, don't do it to me. Okay, well, Dudunsparce is going to claim a kill. Whether or not it's going to be the bundle, whether or not he goes into the Scizor and scouts for the Custard Berry, I'm just going to click my damage. Because the more damage on stuff, Urshifu looks better in the endgame. We are fully invested in Spadaf as well, so we should always take an Aeroblast from full with our Urshifu. Does he scout for the Custard Berry, or is he going to give me this piece? If he scouts for the Custard, good play. If he lets this go down, Brambleghast then becomes expendable. I'm so fucking locked in right now, boys. I don't want to lose, man. I don't want to fuck this up. They're probably thinking, why the fuck did they endure? Flamethrower would have gone crazy, because Scizor could come in here, but it's okay. Oh my god, stay in. Stay in, please. Stay in, please. Oh, you fucker. You fucker. Good play. Okay, so we need to preserve Brambleghast. Into the Lugia. Okay, I'll take damage on this. This is just giving me Urshifu endgame. I just click SD and win. Okay, that did nothing. That's especially defensive. Holy shit, this mon is terrible. I think I glare it. Maybe I get up my rocks. I don't really know what to do against this, to be honest. I'm going to click glare. He should kill me. Nope, he's going to recover. Okay, well, you're going to get punished. So I can never, ever, 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 ever let this become full. So I just need to click here and sit here and click Boom Burst. And keep this relatively low. Now, if he has brought no item Lugia, that is just absolutely fucking fantastic prep, and I cannot fault him for it. I absolutely cannot fault the guy for it. But he is going to sit here and recover. I guess it's his best play. He needs to keep healthy for the Urshifu. But we're just going to sit here until we die and click Boom Burst. He's going to opt to go for the Surf. Alright. Okay. Really wishing I had a Archie-Berry on my guy right now, but that's okay. Now, do we go into this and click Throat Chop? There is no resist. Bundle dies to a Sucker Punch, actually, so you become my Wincon. And Sizzle can die to a Sucker Punch as well. Just need to get a little bit of chicken wing. Basically, from the range of which priority is, I think we win this game just off the pieces that we've got left. So I am going to go for the Chien-Pao sequence. He doesn't have a Dark Resist left on his team. Do I actually want to go for Icicle Crash in case he is Resist Berry? No, we take an Aero Blast. It doesn't matter if he's Resist Berry. There is no Dark Resist on the team. I'm just going to click Throat Chop. We're going to see what happens. As soon as I weaken Sizzle, then I think that Urshifu can win the game. He's going to withdraw. Probably going to see the Urshifu come out, and by Urshifu I mean Sizzle. He's actually going to sack his bundle. Okay, so Brambleghast now becomes expendable, I think. It loses to Sizzle. But if he locks himself into Bullet Punch, I think Poltergeist should always win versus Lugia. Oh, I feel like I'm going to fuck this up. You're at full health. You are at a bigger amount of health than I thought you would be. I think I always Sucker Punch here, but then if he's no item on Lugia, then I lose. So maybe I go out into you and sack you. Now that Bundle's dead, you're expendable? Or do I just Sucker Punch for damage? If he Bullet Punches here, I click SD and win the game, actually. So I'm going to stay in and Sucker. Get my damage on this. He U-turns. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now, if this is no item guy, we've just lost to Sizzle. Urshifu versus Lugia. You don't have multi-scale. You're at like, what? 75%? Surging Strikes doesn't kill you. So we've got to go to you here. Or do I take my chances, click SD and win the game? You're not Modest Choice Specs. You're not invested. Aeroblast does 73%. If he recovers, I'm in the same position. I think I gotta go this and hit a Poltergeist. If he's brought no item Lugia, you fucking got me. Well played. You respected the threat. I'm clicking Poltergeist and we're praying. My hands are off the controller. Okay, here's Boots. Do we see the KO? We see the fucking KO. Let's go, Brambleghast. Let's fucking go, Brambleghast. Brambleghast picking up another kill. Not something I thought would ever happen in this game. And it all comes down to Sizzle versus the world. What can I say? What a fucking game. What a fucking game. We know that this thing's banded. We know that this thing's banded. Is he gonna get a third kill? Come on. Let's go, Brambleghast! Picking up 3 kills, getting us through to semi-finals. Great game to Eli. First time we've ever played him. Wow, what a game. Came down to a sack race, just like I thought it would be. I'm glad I took my time to analyze the pieces that I needed to keep. Make sure to check him out, he's a great dude. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week for semis.